Hello there again. I suppose it is time, yes, again, for another Oh My God game review. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about some cards. Actually, I know you see this behind me here. That's Dishonored. It's not what I'm here to talk about. I pre-ordered this game, and it came with this lovely little box. Contained within this box is a deck of tarot cards. Is this not the coolest box ever? Okay. These cards, they're awesome, but there's a game within a game here. Like, they play this game in this game. Yeah. You don't really need these cards to play it. If you have your own tarot cards, try those. I'm not really good at explaining the rules because I tried playing it. I don't think I'm doing it right. I'm not good at it. But I'm just going to give like a brief overview because these cards are really cool. I'm going to break them up here. So, you know, you have your suits. They're awesome. So you have swords. And of course, one of my favorites, the rats. And the, I'll save best for last, pistols, and my absolute favorite, the skulls, which are wearing top hats. That's why I like the 10 of skulls, because it's like, hey, a lot of skulls wearing top hats. Anyway, so those are the suits. The face cards, as they're dubbed, are the King, the Queen, the Jack, and the Commoner. So they look kind of like this. My favorite, because they all kind of have a color scheme. This one's kind of like browns and whatnot. This one's like these like purples and like slate kind of color. And then, let's see, we've got the hoity-toity ones. They've got like the King and Queen are like smoking, you know, literally he's got a cigar and she's got a cigarette, and their colors are like really like regal looking, like reds and whatnot. And then my favorite one, mainly because the governess, she looks so snooty and she's all like, yeah, she's like, whatever. But I love these cards. These are really cool. Like, here are the other three for that one. They're like green and it's pretty. Then we have the I guess, what are these things called? They're like all like the suits make up like what's called like the minor arcana, and then there's like the face cards, as I mentioned, and then the major arcana. Those are the ones. Those are all of these, which are like the Outsider, my favorite card. The artwork is stunning. And I love the back of these cards. It's kind of cool. It's like all these wolves biting each other's tails. It's really great. I mean, that's kind of creepy, but I mean, the artwork is beautiful. And of course, the Empress's daughter, she's in Judgment. One of the objectives you get in the game, you have to have her and Corvo, of course, who is Death. They have to be together in the Nancy. The game's called the Game of Nancy, and you have these cards, these objectives and things, and like tricks you do. You try to get cards in there so that you can get your objectives, and you get points by doing that, and that's how you win. And it's kind of funny because you're playing against different people every turn. Sometimes you're playing with people, the next turn you'll be playing against those people, so you never know. I'd say look up the rules. I'm sure they're online somewhere. Or if you have them, then you have the rules. If you have these cards, it's really cool. I can't really explain it, like I said, because I don't think I'm doing it right, so I don't want to mislead anyone, but these cards are really great. So I would say, you know, if the idea of playing a card game with tarot cards really appeals to you, look it up, and you know, I would say just use any cards. If you can get a hold of these are great, especially if you collect tarot cards. These are amazing. They're stunning. They're beautiful. I love them. I'm sure they would have cost a fortune if I hadn't pre-ordered that game. So, okay, all in all, you know, it's not a game you can play by yourself. You have to have at least 2 people. I think 6 is the the consensus, what people try to go for. If I was talking about the video game itself, I can't say it's very goth. I'd say the Terra game is definitely, ahead in that category. I would say it's more steampunk, and I know they're separate subcultures, and I know some people are kind of sensitive about being associated with both if they don't feel they're associated with both. I'm 100% goth, but it's not to say that there aren't things that interest me, that are steampunk, that could be considered steampunk. I don't care. I really don't. I think it's cool. Whatever. There's a lot of similarities, so I'm fine with that. Just whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and give it, 3 out of 5 bats. So, the next thing I wanted to talk about, speaking of playing cards, these actually belong to my husband. They're for a game he plays called Malifaux, and it's like you play it with like these little like model things that you like put together and you paint them and stuff. So I like to watch him do that. It's really kind of cool. It's kind of cute because they're like tiny. And when he plays the game, because I've watched him play it before, he goes and like plays with other people and whatnot. He plays with like decks of cards, and so they made special decks for the game itself, and these are really beautiful. Like this one here, it looks like spades, but it's actually like they're birds. Like, that's really cool. And like these look like diamonds, but they're actually masks and whatnot. So they kind of tried to make them look like the regular card suits, and they look all like kind of like distressed and whatnot. They're just very pretty. Like, there's the back, and they have different versions of these. I'm gonna have him actually do a review for you of the game itself, because I told him I wanted him to, because I think it's kind of gothy and it's really cool, and I think that might interest some people who are into that sort of thing. So yeah, but I'm not gonna rate these obviously because we haven't talked about the game, which Patrick will do, because he definitely knows more than me. I know jack squat. Alright, so I was going to talk about some other things, but I kind of got to get going, so till the next time. So stay goth and, enjoy.